Hi, everybody. Oh my goodness, let's start off with a choking voice. How's everybody doing tonight? I missed you last week. We were on the road to a gallery show in Hood River at the Sustain Home interior design place, and it was a lot of fun. I took actually a bunch of my students showed up from Portland, Oregon, and from Crestwell, Oregon, and some drove all the way from McCall, 6 hours up and 6 hours back, and stayed a couple of nights with me up there. It was just a really fun time. So that's where I was last Thursday, and so I missed you guys. I hope you guys weren't too frustrated that I wasn't there. Oh well. Hey, tonight we're going to have some fun. I decided we'd make a little bit of a humorous attempt on the canvas. I've got a great big canvas here taped up on the board. And oh, before I do that, I wanted to show you a little painting I just did this week. I'm doing some smaller works and doing a few smaller works. I'm just checking to see what's going on here. We've got a little cat going in and out. Julius, he loves being with me sometimes. Anyway, this is one of my sunflowers that I've been painting. Only I usually do them really, really big. You've probably seen some of them in the film every once in a while or in videos. But this one I just did this week on a 12 by 12. Now these guys are going to be in the Gallery 55 in McCall on Saturday. We have our big opening on Saturday from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 7. We have a reception going at Gallery 55 in McCall, Idaho. So if you're in town, hey, come and see me. I'll be there. Yeah, it's my turn. All right. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside, and then I'm going to show you what we're going to do tonight. Won't that be fun? Yeah. All right. One of the things that I discovered with those sunflowers, you guys, is that when you add too many layers, the paint can get really heavy and it takes a long time to dry. But not only that, it doesn't have as much of a translucent, beautiful feel to it as if you can do it in fewer layers. Okay, so we're all learning. I've been painting for how long? 35 years, and now every day you learn something. That's the neat part of art, isn't it? Okay, now I've got my medium going here. I've got my little Neo Megilp from who makes this Gamblin', and I'm putting this on my palette with just some simple colors. We're not going to get too whoa, boy, that's dripping. You want to have a level table if you can. And then I've got some colors out. I've got basically a little bit of blue, a little bit of yellow ochre, some black, a little bit of a creamy color, and we'll just see if we can make a mess out of that. Okay, look at this funny picture. Anyway, this is just a face I'm going to kind of work from, and this is out of my my favorite box of photos, and so I'm kind of stuck on that right now. This one's called Barney and Maxine. And the photo is just a friend of my grandmother's, I think. And isn't she cute? This is, it's not super clear. The photo was really tiny, and then I photographed it with my camera and blew it up. In the photo, we have Maxine, and we have Barney, who's the dog. And I noticed after I blew it up, there's two cats. There's a cat there and a cat there. So you could have all kinds of fun doing stuff like that. Now, sometimes when I'm doing a figure in kind of a humorous way, I can do I do the head maybe a little bit smaller than it's supposed to be. All right. And if you go to a museum, like in France or even in Washington D.C., often you'll notice that the heads are not always life size. The heads will be smaller and the bodies will be a little bit bigger. And I'm not sure why that is, but that's just part of the way they perceived things way back then. But it kind of looks interesting. And what that's going to do is it's going to bring the body or the legs forward. I hope. I hope I'll have my fingers crossed. No, I can't cross my fingers. I won't be able to paint. Okay, so here I have this, who knows what size this is. And I'm going to dip my little paintbrush into some Neo Magilp. A lot of times I'll start with thinner, but I'm going to do this with Neo Magilp this time. And I'm going to start up here. And do I want to go off to the side? I have to think about how this fits on here. You know what you can do is fold the paper in half and you can figure out at least where the halfway mark is. I'm just going to take a look at it and realize her arm is roughly about right there. There's her little army kind of coming down like that. A little sleeve. I'm working my way backwards a little bit. And then she has this very upright body pose, and it's kind of fun. And then I have the head is just going to fit somewhere right in there. Now, and then I'm going to, first off, I've got to figure out what the angle is too. I've got to figure out what the angle of the face is. Kind of goes a little bit, slightly like that. You can see I really go loose. Any of you guys that were watching me up in Hood River do this dog, I went and did a dog, and it's just the same way. All right, we just start really, really loose. We figure out where the top of the head is, how big the head is, kind of like this, what the angle is. Got the little arm thing going here. Then I go in and I'm going to figure out what the angle of the shoulders are. Okay, so I'm very, very loose. Nothing is set in stone because, you know what I say, it's only paint. And so here is, we've got a little kind of chest area here. I've got this, and then Barney is somewhere over here. I'm just going to find his little placement, and then I'll lower that arm just a little bit. I want to fit this body in. That's the thing. The body is so fun and interesting. So sure hope this works. Anyway, yeah, great confidence, huh? Hang in there with me, everybody. Sometimes it does. You ever watch somebody do a live broadcast or even not live and have it not work out? Yeah, I just watched one of those today. That was fun. I thought, whoa, that sometimes happens. It's a little terrifying, isn't it? Okay, now I'm realizing what I want is I want to put these legs on. And they come down, and I'm going to put some little shoes down here, and I kind of want those in there. So I'm going to make an adjustment. I'm going to make this head just a little bit smaller. Oh, raise up the shoulders. So again, it's just only paint. I'm going to move that waistline to there. Got to raise the arm up just a tiny bit. Isn't that the craziest thing to do? Yeah, it is. It really is. So I'm going to put the skirt up just a little bit this way. See, that's why I started with such a small head. So we're going to try really hard. You guys, we're trying a new camera tonight, and I'm hoping it's a little bit clearer. We'll just keep trying until we get it right. I'm also filming this one. I hope. Yes, I am on my big camera. So if this doesn't work, at least we'll have a possibility on our second camera. Okay, there comes the shoulder. Now you can sort of see how that body is coming out. This is a bit what I would call gestural. You know, if you've heard of gesture drawing, usually that's just trying to find where the weight of things are. And then you should try it. You know, just draw as fast as you can and try to get it figured out. You're figuring out this is where her body weight is right there. And then we have the knee coming up here and the little dog. He's kind of sitting off to the side a little bit like that. I just thought this was the cutest little combination. Then we have this really cool looking screen door that's going to give us a hint as to where things are. We'll give it a little, it just kind of pushes the subject back in the background a little bit. It's all about angles and placement. And then we've got that funny little head. We're going to use this right up to the top. I'm going to go almost to the top. I've given myself a couple of inches margin at the top of this in case it turns into something that I want to stretch, okay? So remember that when you're doing something, you want to make sure. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to, oops, I think I want to double check that her hair there. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit more. This is what my handy dandy little rag is for. It's like, ah. Okay, you can kind of come back in and then restate it. I want to bring that down like this. Yeah. Yeah, we had such a good time up in Hood River. It was really fun. Really, really fun. And we had some guys there. We had one guy that was doing wood carving. He was making everything from, well, he was making spoons is what he was making. He was carving spoons with a non-electrified thing where he was working it with his foot, and never seen anything quite like that before, but it was really cool. So anyway, and I know there was quite a few of you that were going to join us tonight. So big shout out to any of you guys that remembered to tune in from wherever you came in from. Okay. All right. It's always this first part that's a little bit scary. Does anybody find getting started? I enjoy starting them though. I think I enjoy starting them a whole lot more than I do finishing them sometimes. There is that face going this way. And we do bite off a big chunk on this show. We do tend to really, really do some crazy, crazy attempts. But, you know, go big or go home. That's what I always say. I've been doing a lot of big paintings. Today I had a nice visitor from, I think it was in Boise. They came up and I also do painting repairs sometimes. What I'm doing is matching some paint that had gotten chipped off in somebody's painting that they bought, and it was got damaged in shipping. And so that's fun to be able to save a painting that gets damaged. And much appreciated. They purchased a painting out of my studio too, one of my other paintings. So it was fun. Really, really much appreciated. Okay, here she is. Now we're going to come down. I'm putting placement in. I'm not worried about all the tiny little fingers and all that. I'm just wanting to get this body into the stuff. Now, I'm hoping at some point we'll have somebody to monitor. Looks like she's wearing a little watch here. Let's see. Monitor comments at some point. And at some point, we'll be able to answer questions. So feel free to pop on and ask questions in the comment section if you can. I'm still technologically kind of challenged at this stage, but at some point we'll get it. We've got of course, it's all set up on our regular videos. Okay, now I'm looking here, and I'm seeing there's this arm, and it comes out, and this rear end is a little bit bigger than that. And then we comes down. I know this is kind of weird. And then we have a little area where she's sitting. Okay, and here's the stairs. Again, angles, angles, angles. Or this is the stoop or the porch. So, you know how I do this? Often I'll come like this, and I match my paintbrush to that, and then I check it right here. So see, I've got it, and I don't move my shoulder, and I check it, and I go, hey, I'm right on. Wow, that's amazing. So there's that. Now, anything This has got a kind of one of those angled type things, but anything that goes up and down, you guys, is always up and down. What does that mean? Well, it means that this is not going to be at an angle unless the house is falling apart. So I'm putting a little up and down line, and that should register as completely vertical. And then I'll just come across here where that dress is going to come down like that. Okay, now that helps me a little bit. I've got this way down here. Okay, wait a sec. This goes, we've got the rear end right here. We got that. Nope, that was right. Okay, then the dress comes down, and then the leg comes down. Good grief. And it comes down at an angle because she's got her legs moving this way. All right. Now I'm going to get my rag out in a minute, and we're going to come up. We're going to come down with the dress, down like that. And then I've got this coming in. This is the leg. Now, if I can fit these legs in, how many times have I done this where I've made the painting beautiful, and then I get down to the bottom and I can't fit the feet on? Well, there's got to be a way to fix that. Shorten the legs, make them kind of look weird. Anyway, this one, we've got, I'm looking at the negative space. I don't want her to look like she has a broken leg either. And here is the heel. Wow, she's got kind of some unintentional little fat ankles here. I will try to repair that. And I'm going to stick that shoe. That looks kind of crazy. But what I want to do is make this a bit, yeah, we're going to make it accurate, but I'm also going to make it kind of fun. So I'm not worried about it being extremely accurate. I'm having some fun with just a little bit of distortion here. If I was really concerned with it, I would be, you know, blocking it off with graph paper and, you know, that kind of stuff, or making a little graph. But right now I'm just doing this thing where I'm just trying to put the little boots on. Like that. Sounds like we've got company, and I'm not sure why. Oh, we do have company. Hello. Looks like my son just popped in from Boise. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here, this will fit our doggy. Maybe I'll put a cat down here. Who knows? These legs look extremely fat. That's okay. Anyway, so you might hear a little bit of laughing in the background. That's all right. Okay, now, that looks pretty good. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little rag like this, and now I'm going to think it through a little bit. I'm just using a little bit of Neo Megilp on my brush, on my rag, and then I'm just going to mass it out a little bit by rubbing that in. And it just helps me to kind of double check to see. Now there's the arm. It's like that. The hand moves down here. Like that. And this is going to have a nice shadow right in here. The sun is really shining almost flat onto her, and I don't usually recommend that. I usually will, you know, want you to have a little bit more of a distinct, having the sun coming from one side instead of the other. Okay, here's a little shoe. Isn't that crazy? All right, now it's time to get a little bit crazy and get a bigger brush. And I'm going to get this. We'll get a little bit of the lighter color and place in. Here's the light side of the face. And then she has a little double chin there. And this is not white. This is just a cream color. Got the neck coming down, and here is a collar. And then another bit of the collar here. I sure hope this turns out. I know half of you guys are just watching to go, okay, what in the world is she doing? Now I'm just kind of modeling this in I have the dark brown. Now I've got the light color that I'm putting in. And I'm double checking everything that I have just done with a lighter value right here. Okay. I know I've shortened up, probably shortened up the skirt quite a bit in order to fit the legs in. You know, when it's your painting, you do what you like. Here's the little dress again. And let's get this leg kind of patched in a little bit here. She's wearing nylons. Some of you guys don't even know what nylons are. Oh my gosh. And here's their little calf and her little foot. There. Okay, now on this side of the face, let's kind of go just slightly darker. I'm going to put a little bit, I'm going to put just, in modeling it in, it's just kind of a scary thing because it's just a little interesting thing here. Let's make this a little bit lighter where the light hits the arm. Give her some muscles. Just like Rosie the Riveter. Woo! Okay, good. And I think what I really want to do is I'm going to come in with, I'm going to jump in with some color. I'm going to jump in with some color. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Now, there's a little bit of blue there. So now in some of where the lines kind of recess a little bit, I'm going to throw in a little bit of blue just for fun. There we go. And there's that. Goes down. That's starting to look much, much more interesting. So now I'm realizing the dress comes over right about where that little thing is. So the stair really comes down to about there. Okay, that's better. So this will come out like that. Not in blue, but you'll get the idea here in a sec. And then this comes out like that. That's the stair going out that way, that way, that way. This comes in right about here, and then it just kind of goes down. We have this line has got to come across here, and then it comes out right about the same area there. There's the stoop. And now I'm going to take my lighter, this is a very strong cerulean blue, and I'm putting it in with kind of a cream color now, and we're going to go in with just a slightly lighter blue up and over, get that dressed really kind of set in. Let's see, where does that go? Down like that and like this. Okay, now up here we have the collar comes down to there, and then the dress comes down like that. It's really just much smaller. I love paint because you can just keep carving it. You know, you carve it out, and you can keep shaping it almost like it's, you know, almost like it's clay sometimes. She's got a little bit of a little thing here, and then we'll come over here and put that little shadow as it comes up and around and around and around like that. This will be a little bit cartoony. Sometimes that's just an excuse for bad, but no, I'm really doing this on purpose. Or am I? I don't know. No, I like it. I've done a lot of really fun cartoons with some of the classic older lady type characters from out of my mind, and out of my grandma's collection, because they're just so fun. They're just super fun. And you know, you can just kind of do caricatures every once in a while. It's a fun thing to do. Okay, now here's a little shadow right there, and that'll help us define where that foot is going to go, like that. Okay, here's the old black shoes. I love those. I love those. Like that. And here's our other shoe over here. Feet are funny, aren't they? They're just so funny. Kind of trying to figure out how they all go, which way they go. So I can shape that background in there like this. Now I'm going to come back in, and I think I'd like to, I'm going to put in a little bit of, well, we'll make some kind of rosy skin tones. I'm just using a little bit of cadmium red light. Again, this is very, very simplified, everybody. I'm getting a nice kind of overall character at this stage. This is cadmium red light, and I'm going to take, let's see, what do I want? I'm going to take a little bit of my gold ochre. Sometimes I use yellow. Oh, this is actually yellow ochre, everybody. Yellow ochre with a little cadmium red light. I'm mixing that up together a little bit. Cadmium red light is much, 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 much more strong than the gold ochre, so watch out. You don't need very much. It's very expensive. Good thing you don't need very much. Okay, now I'm going to come back in with my little picture. And the neat thing when you're doing this kind of a thing, when you're doing a one from a photo that's not really, I got some little dark color in there, some that isn't real clear, is that you can make up your own, you know, you can make up a little bit of your own character. Okay. And so you're not stuck to keeping with the photo. You can just use it as what we call a reference. Okay, a reference, not, oh my gosh, I got to make this look just like it because the lady wants it just this way. Portraits are a challenge because everybody wants it to look a certain way. But when you are playing like this, you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, you don't. You can just do whatever you want. There. Now, take a little pink for the cheek right here. A little bit of the red, and then I'll give it a little bit like that. Let's see, she's already starting to come to life. Like this. Yeah. And then I can come in with a darker value. This is a little bit of black with a little bit of burnt sienna. And I can begin kind of carving out a little bit of the shadow here. She's got a little funny hair here, and let's see what's happening with her eye, kind of like this. And I've raised the eyes higher than they should be because it's just kind of humorous. I like it that way. But you don't have to. You can make it more accurate. And she has a cute little smile. And then we have these kind of, it's almost like she's got her hair in curlers, but she doesn't. I'm going to start with a little bit of dark, and we'll just kind of give her a little hairdo. And then, let's see, pull that down like that. And I'll put the little, let's see, I've got this, I've got the shoulder. I'm going to bring that out and down again. There. Okay, I'm just restating that a little bit. I might have to put out some more white paint. There. I hope you guys have been having a good week. I do. Hope you're all well. Feeling good. Now I'm going to take some white paint. I'm going to set that down again. Oh, you know what? I'm glancing over here and thinking, oh, this would be kind of cool to put a little, like a bandana or a scarf on there, wouldn't it? I think that would be kind of cute. That'd be cute. So a little more white, a lot more white. I go through a lot of white. So anyway, don't forget to put in your requests for what kind of things you'd like to see. Right now at the gallery, I have paintings of, they're kind of like Italian Renaissance still life. I paint in about 12 different styles, so that's kind of fun. I'm finger painting now. And I paint in about 12 different styles, so it makes it a little bit crazy. So this month I'm doing Italian Renaissance still life with a few flowers and some lemons and vases and beautiful things down there at Gallery 55. And so, yeah, we've got a few flowers, but not too many. Okay, so now let's go with, I want to get a little bit of thinner. See if this works. I'm going to just paint a little bit of purpley thinner over here. And I'm going to make that nice and wet. And you can see it's nice and wet. And that way I can come in with my little rag and I can carve my subject out a little bit. And it also gives it an interesting tone on the canvas like that. Okay, I'll lose my little hat here. All right, let's get going here. There's some white. Right now, because I'm doing a tonal rendering, I'm going to come in here with white where I think it's coming across there. You probably can't even see that. That's okay. Wipe off my brush again. And we'll come back in up here to the color. I might have to actually take a rag and wipe out our highlights like I normally do. Okay. Okay, I'm going across the plane of the forehead like that. And then we'll come in. I know you probably can't even see this, but we'll hopefully be able to show you how it all turns out in the end. Ah! Okay, here we go. We've had some problems with our focus, our where it'll focus on me instead of the painting. Well, who cares about me? I'd rather you be able to see the painting than yours truly. Who cares? I don't really want all those wrinkles in my face to show up. No. Okay. Now I'm going to take some of my blue and take a little bit of red with it and create a wonderful little shadow tone here. Let's see. I'm kind of creating the eye socket a little bit like that. And then under the nose. And then this part is real dark there under the lip. A little bit right there. And then we'll go in and give a little indication of the kind of the eye right here. Isn't this the goofiest looking thing? Okay, and I'm going to just clean my brush off with that. A little bit of the hair. And I think I'll carve out the hair by using a little bit of blue in the background and a little bit of white. This is called Impressionism. Or sometimes really bad. No, I'm just kidding. We all start out with kind of an abstract kind of a, who used to say this? I'm thinking of the guy that does the really loose painting. Oh, Bob's Blast. You ever watch Bob's Blast? He talks about how every good painting starts out with an excellent abstract painting. And that's kind of fun. That's kind of fun because it's true. You start out with a bit of an abstract and then you just refine it as you go. Like that. All right, now I'm going to come in and start to shape out a little bit over here. What do I want? I want that to be a dark brown color, just because it's kind of sepia. Okay, so she's got this hair, and then her face goes in like this. So now I'm going to start shaping out the face by working the background. Okay, so I'm going in like this with my darks, and it isn't what I see on the photo. It's just what I want. What do I always say? Well, I say, what is painting? Painting is learning to render what you see and then adding what you know. You add what you know, and then you paint what you want to see after that, okay? So you add things that you want to have in your painting rather than just the what you see, because that's just boring. What's the point of that? If I just paint what I see and not what I want to see, there's just no point in it. So now let's pull this up. I'm going to tighten that shoulder up, or expand the body right here by pulling in on the collar like that. She looks kind of masculine, so I'm going to trim up that neck just a little bit. There. And I've got that nose kind of coming that way. And the eyebrow kind of comes like that. This is called humor, you guys. This one's called Humor in Fine Art. This is the title of this particular one. And I'm having a lot of fun with this one. It's a little terrifying at the same time. Okay, just saying. Okay, now there's our little red cheek there. It gets more and more bizarre as I get older, I'll tell you, sometimes. And then I want this head to kind of move up like that. Should give her some big dangly earrings or something and just mess the whole thing up. All right, now back in, I'm now going to refine this. Come down like that. There. Okay, I'm feeling better. Feeling better about it. Make sure that this line is good. It comes down, and then the little dog's head is right there. See how that's starting to come together? Now I'm going to come back up, and I'm going to add, I think her forehead is just a little bit too much. So I'm going to add some darker hair. And we're going to put a little bit more hair on like that. And a little bit there. Then I'll come over here. I've got her ear coming out there, and then I'll put the little hair on like that. Little nostril like that, and her mouth goes like that, like this. Little cheek. I'm also making this a little bit darker so that you can see it rather than just. And you know what? After you practice this, you can just wipe it off and start over again if you don't like it. That's the neat thing. And sometimes I really like it a lot. Sometimes I just go, oh, that's fun. I think I'll keep that. Okay, so here we go. We got the collar coming in like that, going in like that. And then the sleeve is like that. And then it comes out like that. Comes in like this. This comes out even further. Down, 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 round, round, round. Have you guys found any wonderful photos in your collection or your family photo box? You just don't know until you go looking what you're going to find. That's my favorite thing to do. I like looking in other people's photo boxes too, because it's really a kick sometimes. All right. Got that. And let's fill in this dress a little bit like this. And then I can come in with my white with all that dark blue on there, and then I can kind of fill it in like this. Fill it, fill it, fill it. You can add more design if you like. Like you could put polka dots on it. Oh, it looks like there are actually polka dots on this dress. Ooh, just realized that. Okay. Now it's starting to look right. I added only light, I only added white to my brush. And then I'm just kind of using the paint that's already on there. A little more white to create that sense of drapery. And then it comes up like this. I'm just going to flip it like that. Yeah, I should probably be using a bigger brush. Then I'm coming out like this and I'm going, okay, how far out? Okay, the shoe goes even farther out like that. I'll put these shoes in black because of course they wouldn't have worn blue shoes. They'd wear brown or black shoes most of the time. That was it. And then this, I'm going to put a little more light. That cerulean blue is really, really powerful. I think it actually dries faster than some of the blues. That, just depends. I'm going to take a little cerulean blue and add just a little bit of black to it for my shadow color down here. That worked. There. So black with cerulean blue. And really darken that up like that. Good. Now, since this is going to be kind of the light side right there. Let's see if I can get. Okay, here's our little dog. We won't get too much into the little dog, but I might at least make sure that you know that there is one, and then maybe later on I'll do more of the dog. His little arm goes down like that, and there's that thing here where the porch comes up here. Let's see in relationship to that. Kind of turns right there. So there's our porch. Here's the little door and the screen door. Yeah, that's good. All right, now let's get a bigger brush. Bigger brush. That's really big. Whoops. Look at how big that one is. That's a big one. Don't want to get it too drippy. So let's see. Now, if I want the light part on that to show up, I'm going to take a little bit of my brown, which is the burnt sienna. I'm going to add a little tiny bit of black to it. I never used to use black, but now I do. Okay. And I'm going to just darken that up right here. And we're going to come around and have her really show up a little bit. I have to watch it because her hair's black. So I want to kind of come alongside like this. Create that little bit. I'll lighten it up around the hair just a bit in a second. Okay. And then this goes like this. There. And what about this? Oh, hey, here is the little square. It takes a big, huge, this is like a 2-inch brush. You can cover a lot of space with a 2-inch brush. And then I'm going to come over here and go, okay, here's the other part of the screen door, it goes kind of like that, maybe like that. I'm just kind of an indication of it. And then let's see, I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Just make a little indication of that and then darken it up. Just give it a misty, we're not looking for perfection here. We're just looking to make it work. There we go. And then this step 1, 2, there we go. Comes out. Got to come out here, got to come out here. And then this goes kind of down like that. Okay. You can get as fussy and as accurate as you want with this. But that's not what we're up to today, is it? Isn't that fun? I think that's just super fun. You guys must think I'm totally out of my head sometimes. That's okay. Here's my little yellow ochre. And let's see, I'm going to get my little dog's head in there. Little yellow ochre there. You can make your porch white if you want. You can do whatever you like. I'll rub out that little dog in a sec, and then we'll get a little bit more going on with the detail here. Okay, so now I'm going to come in with a little rag. This is far out, man. How's my time? I bet I'm getting close. Oh, I got like 15 minutes. I can make a masterpiece by then. Okay, so here's the little dog. I'm just making a space for him, his little head, and like that. Okay, and then his little arm. I might have to actually wait till this dries before I can get him in. That's kind of crazy. And there's a cat down here and a bunch of stuff. Okay, well, let's just see what happens. I'm going to rinse this brush out, number one, and wipe it off. And then we'll put in a little white dog. Oops, hang on, he's going to be a blue dog. Better get a better paintbrush. Oh, here's one. It's purple. Oh, must have been from my purple flower I was working on today. Let's do it. Okay, so here she has her little dog down here. His little head goes right like that. Little face goes like this. And like that. There's got to be a dog in there somewhere. Okay, and his little ear. Give him a little pink ear. There's a little pink ear inside there. A little pink ear. I hope there's a dog in here. Here's his muzzle. Muzzle. Like that. Can you believe there's going to be a dog come out of this? Yep, watch. Probably come out saying meow. And let's go with his, it looks like a little Jack Russell or something. There's his little body coming down like that. That helps me figure out where that arm is supposed to go. With the hand is the shape of the dog. The dog has got the negative shape, okay? There's the little, there's a tiny bit of the chest there, and then the rest is the lady's hand. And then below that is the little dog's leg right there. Oh my goodness, and we got his whole little leggy sticking out like this. This is his back leg somehow. Again, this is just impressionistic, guys. It's not realistic, but we've got to try to figure out how to put his nose on and the rest of his stuff. Okay, here is his little nose. Okay, now you can see it. And his little eye. Oh, miracle of miracles. Here comes a dog. Now I'm going to make this darker above him so that you can see what he looks like. Here is his eye is, okay, his little face. It's like a puppy, isn't it? It's so cute. Okay. And her little hands are going to come around like that. All right, this is dark. Dark, dark, dark. No, that was his leg. Oh my gosh. Okay. Don't want to lose his leg. Leg. That's not going to look very good yet, but we'll work on it. Okay. So here comes a little dog, and he's got a little, kind of a little red or black little mouth. It kind of goes up like that, a little red. He's got his ear kind of folded back a little bit there. And let's put a little darker mouth right underneath. This is really more along that line. You can get as detailed as you want, but we are working at not being super detailed. I really, really, really want to make this a loose rendering. The more loose things are, the happier I seem to be. So now I'm going to just kind of give an indication of where her hands are. I'm just kind of blocking it in. Okay, like that. You can actually see a little bit more of the dog here, but I'm going to just cover it up with the skirt just a little bit like that. And then her little arm with that kind of baggy little thing going on there. Okay. Isn't this crazy? It's just crazy. Okay, now, again, a little bit of the blue with the black. Now I'm going to come in here and we're going to find where the most interesting shape of the shadow is on the dress, like this. It just sets that dress right off. And so that's blue with black. Cerulean blue with black in the shadow. You could add purple in there if you want. And then we're going to add black as it comes across the little shoe. Wow. Okay, wait. Here's the shoe, goes like that. Little black shoe. I'm going to pull, there's a little shadow right there. I've got that dress kind of hanging a little lower than, oh, we just squeezing in the feet. So probably need a bigger canvas for what I'm really doing. And here's a little heel and a little bit of the shoe down here. Looks a little bit twisted. And just keep making more interesting lines as much as I can. I know a lot of you guys are probably thinking I'm completely out of my head. Okay, well, that's just the fun part of it. Okay, now this leg, I've got this skirt coming out. I'm going to trim that leg up a little bit. There's the top of the stair. And the leg comes down here, and then the shoe comes over like that. Good. Now, you know, excuse me, in some of the videos, let me know if you would like just some short lessons too. You know, these are an hour long, and I like them because we can get more done and we can tackle bigger things. But there's something to be said for doing the shorter ones where I just kind of show you how to do something simple. I'd like to hear from you guys, you know, and let me know if there's anything really that you would like to see, and we'll see if we can fit that in. This is kind of glowy in a way, isn't it? It's I'm just cracking up just a little bit cracked up. There we go. There we go, like that. Okay, let's come back up here and see. Oh, she needs a shadow. So we're going to go with that blue with a little black. She needs a shadow that's going to help define her elbow. A little blue with black. And then this thing going to come up like that. Out like that. Okay, little shadow to kind of set that off a bit underneath there. Okay, good. Oh, this is going to be fun. Okay, now the hair again. I'm going to, whoops, I just gave her blue hair. Well, that's okay. Again, it's a cartoon. Cartoony. And then I'm going to give her just a tiny bit of a little sparkle, maybe. We'll see if I can give her a little sparkle. Can't get it to stick. Oh, hold on. Don't want to get it too big. Like that. Okay, now wipe that off. And I should step back a bit and go, what the heck have I just painted? It's called art. I'm going to now take this off with my brush so that I can make this a little more light. And then I'll take some pure white with a little bit of blue on it, just a bit. And we're going to come back in with a little lighter color that will match the dress, like that. And wipe that off. All right, how are we doing? There's a little collar there. Like that. And then, oh, I've got to go down here and shape the arm out from there too. There's a bit of the dress right there. Get that neck down like that. And let's give her a little bit of highlight in the hair. Maybe. Okay. She'd put a hat on her. That'd be fun. There. Now I'm putting a little bit of light in her hair. Like that. Give her some curls. There. All right, how am I doing? I got 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes more of torturing you guys. Okay, let's do little red ears, red chin, red cheek, red forehead. You're asking why? And then I'm going to, you can see that really stands out now when you guys are looking at it. And then I'll come in and make some lighter pink, and we'll come in right there. And I want to make her nose a little bit more pronounced there. Ooh, that's too pronounced. Oh well. Now I'm getting thicker and thicker with my paint too. So it can get out of hand really, really fast. I've done one character out of my grandma's box, and her name, I would call her the Plain. And she is just a bossy looking lady that that stands with her hands on her hips, and she's really like she's going to tear your head off, and it just cracks me up. I sold a painting with her as the character, and the people in Rhode Island just love her. So it's a fun thing to do, just to kind of make up crazy people. I love it. Crazy people. I'm going to give her a little bit bigger upper lip. And there. Now I'm going to come in with a little highlight on the end of the nose. If I can get that to stand out, that would be nice. Oh, gosh. Okay, there. And up in here. And then like that. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to mess around with this painting, you guys, and if I like where this is going, as soon as I turn around, I am going to see if I can finish it. And then I will come back maybe in a day or so and show you what it ends up looking like, because this is in a really rough stage at this stage. But I don't want to overwork it either. It's just so fun. So fun. You know, like you can keep working on the shadows on the nylons and all the on the shoes, and sparkle up the shoe a little bit, put a little white here and there. Just keep it loose. See if you can do one that's just super loose, okay? Just really, really loose. And put a little line here, a little bit of some directional lines so we can remember where we're going. And that's all the time I know we have. Yeah, there we go. I'm just kind of pushing that into the hair so it doesn't, there's no hard lines on it. It's just really, really crazy. All right. That, oh, I've got 1 minute left, but that's all the time I think I can waste playing on this one. I hope you enjoyed our little time of doing some humorous, impressionistic art, not really fine art, but impressionistic art. And I do hope you will join me next Thursday night at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 7 o'clock Mountain time. And don't forget, if you are in McCall on Saturday, I want to see you at Gallery 55 sometime after 4 and before 7 o'clock in the evening. Come on down and check out what we're doing down there and have a little glass of wine and some cheese. Okay? All right. Love you guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish this thing and chat with my son. I haven't seen him for a long time. So, and we will talk to you again soon. All right. Thanks for hanging out with me. Yeah. Bye for now. See if I can turn this off. All right. Hold on.